So, good morning class. So, for today's session, this is the second part of the continuation of our session 3. So, today's fourth session, we are going to discuss the marketing management process in the drug industry. Okay? So, before we proceed, let us have first a review of what we did last meeting. So, our session or our objective last meeting, we only have how many objectives? 2. Right? These are your identified traditional and non-traditional market, correct?
Yes.
Can you still identify those? The examples of traditional and non-traditional?
Yes.
We also discussed last meeting the demographic characteristics of consumers that affect the business. Alright? Can you still remember demographics? What the demographic variables from last meeting?
Yes.
Alright. So, para mas malinaw, again, this is the same mind map or strategy diagram I used last meeting. So, as a review, we have differentiated traditional and non-traditional. Can you still remember? We define demographics, and then we have how many demographic variables?
5.
5. These are your?
Ethnicity, geographical, income, home ownership.
Alright. So, are we clear now with the topics or the objectives of this meeting before we proceed to session number 4?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's proceed to session number 4. Any questions? So, before we start, please get a scratch paper. And then, let's have a do now. If you can still remember, this is the KWL activity. So, in your paper, divided into 3 columns. You'll write what you've learned so far, what you want to know, and then just skip the last column. Okay? Do not write anything in the last column. Alright? Are you done with writing what's in the what I know and what I want to know column?
Yes.
Okay. So please keep your paper. You will be needing that by the end of our session for you to write what I have learned in the portion. Okay? So I hope wala niyo hindi butangan ang what I have learned na column. Sige. Let's proceed. This is our objective for today's session. We only have one objective. Can you please all read the objective for this session?
Discuss on how to segment markets.
Right. Simple. What's your impression with regards to isa lang, di ba masayahan kayo kasi isa lang yung gagawin natin ngayon. Discuss how to segment market. Kaya? Kaya ba? Sige. Take note by the end of this session number 4, you'll be able to discuss. So I hope as we progress to our lecture, you'll be able to, again, what is your objective? What's your goal for today?
Discuss on how to segment markets.
Alright, so let's start with your marketing management process. We have 3. We have this planning, implementation, and evaluation. So in the marketing management process, since it's process, so there are different steps. And in the marketing management process, we only have 3 main steps. These are they are numerics, they are like PIE. The first one, it's in order since it's a process. What's the first one? Planning, followed by implementation and evaluation. So let's proceed to your planning first. So sa planning ninyo, na tayo mga specific na steps. The first step is, again, you need to identify your business goal. That is the first one you're going to do under planning. Next is, you need to identify the marketplace in which you compete. So, saan kayo magpapatayo ng business, sino yung magiging mga tao doon. And then, you need to know sino talaga yung bebentahan nyo. Who will be your target market? Who will be your target audience? Who will be your consumers? Sino ba yung bibili ng mga tinitinda nyo? Next is the ways you want to reach them. So, how are you going to sell your product? How are your consumers will be able to receive the product or purchase the product? Via online ba? Or via set up ba kayo ng booth? Tama? So, it's part of your planning. And the last step, there are only 5. The last step of your planning is to, how will you evaluate your success? So, as early as possible, even though we have implementation and evaluation later, as part of the planning, it doesn't mean evaluation ka na magpa-plan on how will you evaluate. Sa planning, the difference of evaluation and the planning is that the evaluation under planning is just a forecast. Para prediction mo lang. Parang plano, forward planning. How will you predict if it's successful ba yung business, if hindi ba siya successful. And also part of those is, if successful siya, anong gagawin mo? Of course, you're going to continue your business. If nag-fail yung business mo, ano yung mga steps mo? I-close mo pa, or i-build mo, mga ganun. It's part of the planning. Right? So, for letter A, so if you're going to identify your business, dapat meron kang short description of company mission, vision, and goals. Tapos, you have to identify where you sell. Sa letter B, how did you segment the market? This is our objective for today. Alright? So, let's proceed sa how are you going to segment your market? So, in segmenting your market, you have three main steps. Ang goal ng first step is your market segmentation. The second step is market targeting. And the third step is positioning, which is composed of product positioning and market positioning. Now, sa market segmentation, I want you to know that dapat first, for example, meron kayong isang entire population. Hindi nyo alam kung sino ang mga tao niyan. Basta alam nyo, ito yung population na bibentahan nyo. What's the first thing you're going to do is you need to apply, ano yung pinaka-importante na i-apply nyo? Demographic variables. How can you apply the knowledge in demographic variables in segmenting the market? Diba? You are going to, from the word market segmentation, you'll be able to segment the entire population into several parts. And then from that, you need to identify saan parts ang mas advantageous sa business mo. So, it depends on you as a businessman or businesswoman kung ano pinaka the best na demographic variable ang gagamitin mo. We have how many demographic variables? 5. Now, that's correct. The question is, are you only allowed to use one demographic variable in segmenting the market?
No.
No, di ba? You can always use other demographic variables one at a time, or you need to have a combination between two variables. Nasa negosyante na yan kung anong pinaka-best strategy sa kanya. Basta ang goal is, hindi malulugi yung business. Okay? So, can you please go to your groups for us to really appreciate your, I have a group activity for you, and then after that, I'll be asking you to present your output, and I'll be asking for key questions, okay? So, for example, when you reach your groups, you need to, for example, this is target market, the entire Cebu City. Alright? So, I'll give you 3 minutes to prepare how will you segment Cebu City if you're trying to build a business. Okay? Sige, your 3 minutes starts now. Alright, sige, time's up. Do you have your answers now? Have you segment the market?
Yes.
Sige, let me check. Who wants to present their answer, the group answers of the group? Miss, sige, Miss Unico. Can you please tell the class, face your classmate, and tell me, based on my given example, how did you segment the market? How did your group segment the market?
So, based on the figure, so we decided na mag-use me sa geographical demographic variable, and then income, which is a middle class lang siya. Then our
Before you proceed, sorry to interrupt. So the first thing you did is you have the entire Cebu City. That's correct. Alright. Correct me if I'm wrong. After Cebu City, it's a very big city. You try to narrow it down using what demographic variable?
geographical.
So basically, you're going to divide it according to barangays, alright? And then you have the barangay, nasa from Cebu City, you're narrowing it down to barangay. What did you do?
So, income, sir. Basic.
You further segment the barangay into what?
Income.
Income as a demographic variable. And then we have several, do you agree we have several classes of income? We have the low, middle, and the high jobs. What your group, what did you choose?
Middle, sir.
So, did you stop there or did you further
Yes.
also until income now? So, I'm going to repeat. So, you have a middle class earner, citizen of Sambagdos in Cebu City. So, based on that segmentation, what is the possible product that you're going to sell? Carinderia or restaurant? Do you agree, class? Will the restaurant or carinderia will be suitable for the needs and wants of the middle earner class citizen of Sambagdos?
Yes.
Alright, see. Thank you. Now, before we end our session, let us have a brief review of what we did today. Diba, we only have one objective. So we segment the market. Do you know how to segment the market?
Yes.
Right. After segmenting the market, what will be the output? You will be able to know your target market. So yung target market yun, doon sila yung mga consumers na talagang bibentahan nyo ng products ninyo. So you'll be able to know your target market based on the output of your market segmentation. Now after that is you know your market, you know your target market, now you can position your product and you can position your market also or business. Is that correct? Okay. Do you have any questions with the target market process? None. So by the end of the session, do you know now how to discuss how to segment market?
Yes.
Right? You can discuss.
Yes.
Discuss? Kaya? Na-achieve ba natin ang objective for today before we start again?
Yes.
Alright. So before I dismiss you class, do you have any questions or clarifications? So let's have again, before we dismiss, can you still remember the paper that I gave you a while ago? So can you proceed to the last column, which is what I have learned. So I'll give you 2 minutes to write anything on what I have learned column, and then submit the paper after. Okay? So go to the third column and write what I have learned. Alright, time's up. So are you done writing on the what I have learned column?
Yes.
Alright, see you again. Now, so what is the benefit of what do you think why is it important for pharmacists to know how to discuss how to segment market before we dismiss? Diba? What's in it for us? Bakit ba importante for pharmacists to discuss how to segment the market? Anyone from the class? Right. The first thing is your CHED. One of the qualifications of CHED, dapat every Filipino pharmacy student graduate pa lang, di ba board passer, dapat naanay pagka an entrepreneur within them. And also, one of the requirements for the new board exam is that every board exam passer know how to start a business. Di ba? Yun yung requirement ng CHED, yun yung requirement ng PRC. So how do you think discussing how to segment market help the student or the board passer to start a business? Makakatulong ba siya?
Yes.
Right. So by discussing how to segment market, you will be able to appreciate how to really start a business. And maybe one day you will be businessman, businesswoman. You will be the boss of your own company. So that is one of the use of our objective for today. Okay? Any questions? Alright. So if none, thank you so much for coming. Class dismissed.